Hey there, this is Dan Delgado, and I wanted to offer up my unwanted opinion on the movie Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. And let's be clear, at the time that I'm making this video, that's still a new movie. So you may be watching this years from now, but when I recorded it, it was a brand new thing to talk about. All right, so let's keep that in mind. So let's talk about it. Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. Now, I'm going to let you know, I happen to be a big fan of the Mission Impossible series. And Ghost Protocol, the one that came just before this one, is not only the best of the series for me, I think it's one of the best action movies that I've ever seen. So for me, going into Rogue Nation, I had to really try to keep my expectations lowered because they were getting so high every time I thought about, people crawling outside of giant buildings or running through sandstorms or any of those kinds of things that went on in Ghost Protocol that made that movie so freaking awesome. So what's going on here? Well, we've got Tom Cruise back, of course, as super spy Ethan Hunt, and this time around he is chasing a shadowy organization, and those are the best kind to chase, called the Syndicate. The Syndicate is an organization he's been looking for over a year. There's no real proof that they even exist, which means they probably do. And what is the Syndicate? Well, it's an anti-IMF. It's a Bizarro World IMF. It is the IMF for bad guys. How do you get the idea of what's going on here? Well, somebody needs to stop these people, and you would think the IMF would be hot on their trail, but they're really not. In fact, only Ethan is really hot on their trail. The rest of the IMF, well, they've been dissolved thanks to the CIA, led by Alec Baldwin. Because, that guy's always got to be a jerk. But he has made sure that the United States government has gotten rid of the IMF once and for all. And really, what's a Mission Impossible movie where they haven't been disavowed or dissolved or disintegrated or, just generally thrown out with the trash? There's always, that IMF, they always got something to prove. So one of the things that I loved about Ghost Protocol was its usage of the team. And what I love about Rogue Nation is a lot of that team is back and front and center in this one. So helping out Tom Cruise, well, we've got Jeremy Renner back as Brant. You've got Simon Pegg back as Benji. You've got Ving Rhames. It's good to see Ving Rhames. Look, Luther's been in the series longer than anybody, really. And he only got a little tiny cameo at the end of Ghost Protocol. So good to see him back in a full-fledged role. Now, how does the movie stack up? Well, listen, I'm going to tell you, it's great. It's a great time, and I want to go ahead and let you know that I did see this at a big, full-fledged IMAX theater, so my experience with this movie may be different than what you're going to experience. Just want to go ahead and put that out there. But the stunts were fantastic. Really. Listen, we're talking about a movie in which Tom Cruise has decided to strap himself to the side of a plane for your entertainment. And quite honestly, that's a crazy thing to do, but I'm okay with that. It's for me? Well, thank you very much. Now, also adding to the awesomeness of this movie is Rebecca Ferguson, who shows up as a sort of femme fatale. You don't really know which side she's on. Is she part of the Syndicate? Is she part of some sort of secret covert operation? Is she part of MI6? Is she Scotland Yard? Is she just out for herself? And also, the real question I want to know is she single? Here's what I'll tell you. Rebecca Ferguson absolutely knocks it out of the park. She is a great addition into this movie, and while I don't think we're going to see much of her going forward, I will tell you that she's one of the best things about the movie, hands down. Also, another great thing about this movie is the bad guy, played by Sean Harris, who, let's be honest with this series, okay? Outside of Philip Seymour Hoffman in Mission Impossible 3, not really getting a lot of great bad guys. Not really getting a lot of great bad guys. You could probably barely remember the bad guy in Mission Impossible 4, Ghost Protocol, which is my favorite one. Michael Nyqvist. Couldn't they have given you more to do in that movie? Couldn't they? But anyway, Sean Harris shows up and is a fairly effective bad guy, and he does kind of have, I don't know, he brings something to that role where you would like to see his face get smashed a lot. Like you would want to see something bad happen to him by the time the movie's over, and that's exactly what a bad guy is supposed to do. Now, like I already pointed out, the stunts are fantastic. I mean, look, I told you about the plane thing, right? You heard about the plane? I mean, he actually strapped himself to a plane that took off into the sky. I don't do that again, though. Don't do that again, Tom Cruise. Please, okay? Or if you're going to, make it higher, or maybe a jet or something, because you're probably going to have to top this for the next one, which is already on the way. Look, the movie is fun, it's exciting, and you should absolutely go ahead and check it out. It's totally worth your time. Stunts are great, story is solid, and I'm already looking forward to the next Mission Impossible, which is already in the works. Now, where does it stack up overall? Because we have to address these things, because I don't know. Everybody needs a list of something. Everybody needs a list of something. Somebody needs to rank all movies in some sort of order. So is Rogue Nation better than Ghost Protocol? No, it's not. It's not. Ghost Protocol is still the best in the series, but Rogue Nation right now is sitting in the number 2 slot, which is just ahead of Mission Impossible 3, which is just ahead of the first Mission Impossible, which then we would go to, I don't know, reruns of Webster, and then My Home Movies, and then pretty much anything else that you'd want to watch, and then Mission Impossible 2. So if you take away nothing from this video, please take this away. Don't watch Mission Impossible 2. Okay? I know if you've seen some of the others in the series and you haven't seen that one, you're probably curious. Maybe you say, Dan, I saw Ghost Protocol and I just came back from Rogue Nation and I want to see all of the movies in this series. And I understand that feeling, but I'm just telling you, don't do it, okay? You're going to thank me for it later. All right. Well, let me know what you thought about Rogue Nation, or maybe you have Let me know what you thought about Rogue Nation, or perhaps you have an entirely different opinion regarding Mission Impossible 2. Comment below, and I will see you later. Thanks.